Good morning, friends. How is everybody doing on this fine October morning? I cannot believe it's October already. It kind of snuck up on me a little bit. September felt like about 47 days, which was definitely an improvement from March's. How many days did March have? About 382, I think. But we're still not quite to a normal month length yet, but we're getting there. Anyway, it is great to see you guys, and throughout this video you might see my face go down because I have some notes, because I have a lot that I want to say. And as we go through, I'd love to hear your comments. And if you're watching this and some of what I say is resonating with you, then you'd be awesome to share this video. I did make it public, so it should be able to be shared throughout. And I am going to talk about SimplyFun in part of it, and the chaotic story of how I got started. It's really, really weird and entertaining. But really, most of what I'm saying this morning can help families, no matter what their relationship with SimplyFun or not, because it's not about the specific games. I want to say that again. It is not about the specific games. It's about play and how important playtime is for people of all ages. So, I'm going to get to the 1 million families in a minute, but first, let's talk about the last 6 months. Not normal, right? Definitely not normal at all. A pandemic got started. Things were closing left and right. Businesses, they wanted to open. Maybe they opened partially. Maybe they opened for a minute and then closed again. People were getting frustrated all over because they wanted things back the way they used to be. And with all that stress, what is that word? I never know what's going to happen on a live. With all that stress and frustration and uncertainty, there's fighting. And there's fighting everywhere. And it was fighting about things that nobody dreamed that we would fight about this time last year. And I'm not just talking about the news stories that you see, which are really awful. I mean, people shouldn't be fighting about those things either, but there's fights in homes behind closed doors. Families are struggling with school. I can count on both hands and then some the people personally on my friends list who I've seen have various school struggles. There's the hybrid, there's online, there's in-person, there's homeschooling, there's all these decisions to be made, and nothing is the same, and nothing is consistent. My introvert friends were not okay, because all the people in their family unit were right there with them, on top of them all the time, every day. And then my extrovert friends were also not okay because they couldn't go out into the world and re-energize and be with large groups of people. Nobody was okay. Everyone was fighting, and these fights that were happening, they weren't just verbal, and they weren't just between adults. I heard stories from all over of how hospitals were seeing an increase in child abuse cases, and that really breaks my heart. And there has to be a solution to all this, and everyone knows that we can't go back to the way things were before, but we can work with what we have now. And one thing we have now, and one thing we have always had, is play. Play is a board game. Play is moving your body in the fresh air outside. Play is grabbing the kids' joke book and taking turns trying to make each other laugh. I mean, my husband he has a dad joke app, and that more gets groans than laughs, but it still relieves some stress to hear those jokes. I mean, just play. Play is so important. It has so many positive impacts on people, like strengthening family bonds and helping children learn better. It builds confidence. It helps develop social and emotional skills. I mean, any play at all can help with these skills. It doesn't have to be a structured board game. It can just be, having fun together. Or maybe there's a game you're familiar with and you've played it thousands of times. Okay, my cat is walking through my phone stand and making it wobble. Sorry. He's so naughty. Maybe there's a game that, like, you've played for a long time and you know the rules and you're super familiar with it, and you've started to become a little, you know, I can't think of the right word, but, you know, it's the same old, same old. Well, take that game and toss out the rules and make up some new rules and be silly with it. There's no wrong way to play, and play is actually so important to people that the United Nations recognized it as a human right. And I think that's pretty huge if it's recognized as a human right to be able to play. And play may not always be easy, like when they're learning a new game, but facing a challenge can help kids drive them to practice and to do better next time. So those are some reasons why to play. But I know in my case, I can hear the whys all day long, but unless someone gives me a list and say, do this and this and this and this, I don't know where to start and I don't know where to begin. So I wanted to also share some practical applications of how to play. So here's some tips on incorporating play into your lives. Schedule a weekly game night with your family. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be for a long time, for hours and hours, but have it regularly so everyone has something to look forward to. And it's a time where everybody can gather together and connect and laugh and just have some fun and release some stress. Let your kids take the lead during playtime. They know how to play. They instinctively know how to play. I mean, you watch a little kid, they will play. They will play first and they will play often. Let them help them if they ask for help, like if they're learning a new game and are having trouble with some of the rules. But give them the chance to figure it out on their own too. Don't just jump and give them all the answers right away. Help them grow. Talk about the skills while you're playing a game to help them think up solutions. Maybe it's a game where the knowledge of spatial relationships is going to help them make their next move. Maybe it's like a little building game. And then after the game is over, help reinforce what kids learned and talk about what helped them win or what helped, whoever win the game. Talk about those skills so they can build on them for next time and practice. Have your games stored in a spot where kids can access them and set them up themselves. I mean, don't hide them away in a cabinet. Put them down low so they can grab them and play them all the time. And then, most of all, when you're playing, laugh. Games are supposed to be fun, so laugh at mistakes. Let me turn my page here. There we go. And make silly comments. It's just supposed to be fun. I mean, laughter has also been shown to release stress. Have fun. Just play. I'll leave this section with a quote. Play is training for the unexpected, by Mark Bekoff. How unexpected was this pandemic, right? Hope you can see how play is so important. So, what about those 1 million families that I said I'd come back to? Well, first I have to tell you the wild story about how I got started with SimplyFun. I did attend a Facebook party back in April, and I thought the games were great, and that it was just what my family needed, so I would have some competition for screen time. Am I right? How many of our kids just want to be on their screens all day? Mine do. The few games that we already had they weren't appealing to my family as a whole for one reason or another. Maybe my kids have gotten bored of them, or maybe they were missing pieces, or maybe they took forever to play. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't fun. It felt more like a chore, and play shouldn't feel like a chore. So my plan with SimplyFun was to maybe buy a couple of games to help my hostess get some rewards. Then I was going to join our discount club. I was going to gradually build our game library over the next year while my discount was active. And since I just wanted a discount, my sponsor asked me to maybe think about becoming a consultant. And I was hugely resistant to this idea at first. I had been there, done that, and I did not want to consult ever again. I had had so many problems in the past. But there was a small kit option and a large kit option, and the single game that came in the small kit was a game that I wanted anyway, because it was something I thought Tim would like, and he does. He frequently asks to play it. If we let him pick, he'll pick this game. And so I went ahead and signed up. And I only wanted to use my discount for personal purchases. I was just going to do that. I was vehemently opposed to doing anything else. But over the next few days, I kept having some conversations with my sponsor, and she suggested a launch party, saying, hey, you can get the commission, you can get the hostess rewards, and that would help me jumpstart my game library a little faster. But I didn't want to do that for a couple of reasons, but the seed was planted, and so I kept talking about it and thinking about it, and I was having a conversation through Facebook Messenger with her, and I was kind of talking to myself and kind of letting her listen in, because I was having the good guy and the bad guy on my shoulders, like trying to talk me into it and trying to talk me out of it, both at the same time, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I was just kind of trying to think out loud and figure out what I wanted to do, and my poor sponsor was super confused. She didn't know what was going on, but finally, super last minute, I did decide to do a launch party, because there's some cute swag as rewards for meeting sales goals, like a little keychain, a little phone stand, just little cutesy things like that. And if I met all of the goals over the 2 months, then I would get $100 shopping spree in the store, and that would have been a nice way to increase my game library also. So I wanted to go for it, and so I had my launch party. And was it smooth sailing from there? Absolutely not, because it's me, and things like that don't happen for me. But where was I at? I lost my notes. Yeah, there was even a time, so I was almost to the deadline of the very first goal, and so if I didn't get this first goal, then that means I wouldn't be able to get all 6 of them, and I would miss out on the shopping spree. And I was on a phone call, a 3-way phone call with my sponsor and her sponsor, and I was just ugly crying all over the phone call. I was this snotty, soggy mess because I could not get this little tiny $50 goal. I was bawling, and it was horrible, but I was feeling like I was failing before I even started, but I wiped my tears, and I took some notes from that call, and I picked myself back up and made a plan, and did everything blow up, and I had parties coming out my ears after that? Nope. But I loved the games, and I just kept playing with them with my family, took a few pictures, shared some things here and there, just getting myself out there, and eventually, people noticed, and people realized that something was different about these games, and I'm doing pretty well now. And y'all have seen what I typically post on Facebook. It's funny kid stories, it's memes, it's jokes, it's Josiah stacking his pill bottle up on top of the highest bottle on the cabinet he can find because he wants to make it a giraffe. He wants to make it like a giraffe, and then the other day with his crayon, it was the Tickle Me Pink color, and he looked at it all confused and said, "Does this mean I have to tickle it?" I love him so much. He gives me endless entertainment and endless material to post on Facebook for sure. So yeah, and on Facebook I also post my struggles sometimes, because I'm real and I struggle, and all people do, and it helps me identify with people, and it helps you identify with me, and I want to identify with your struggles, and I want to help you with your struggles. And anyway, but back to SimplyFun. I was never in this for the money. I'm still not. I just want to play these games. I just think these games are awesome, and I want to share them, and I have honestly never had so much fun in a business before. I mean, who would have ever thought that I could play games and possibly get paid just to play them? They've seriously changed my family dynamic. They've I mean, even Tim is playing games with the kids now, all on his own. He used to only play if I would play too, because games just weren't his thing, but he's interacting with the kids more. He's building a strong identity with them. And then Gabriel is my little 5-year-old, and he is so phone happy that when Tim's parents come over, Gabriel doesn't even let Grandma cross the threshold into her house before he's saying, "Grandma, can I play on your phone? Stop that. Let her come inside. And then maybe ask." But now, even he'll come to my game shelf, and he will grab a game off and go off and explore it. He'll open it up, and he'll set up the pieces, and he'll make up his own rules. He can't read yet, and so he'll make up his own rules and look at the pieces and make his own way to play. And it's really amazing to see him learning that. And the games themselves, they're just really an overall great fit for our family, especially our large family, because they accommodate 5, 6, or even more players, and so nobody has to feel left out or have to be like, "Oh, here, you can be on my team," and we have to squeeze around a little 4-player game. But back to the 1 million families. You thought I forgot, didn't you? Part of SimplyFun's mission is to reach 1 million families with the power and importance of play. And it's such an important goal that they're actively keeping track of it. And as of a couple of months ago, we were only about halfway there. There's so many people who haven't even heard of us. But we're reaching families. We're helping them. We're providing play solutions that help kids learn. There's my cat again. And we need help. And how can you help? I'd love to have a no pressure talk with you about that. And I am completely serious when I say no pressure. I just want to talk. I just want to answer your questions. Hey, you never know. This isn't work for me. This is fun for me. I love finding solutions for families, whether it's adapting a game to fit a wider range of ages than is listed on the box, or maybe you want to gather some friends and share these games with them, or perhaps you're looking for a little supplemental income to help during this coming holiday season. You can be part of reaching that 1 million, and my tiny part of it has been about 70 families so far. And that's just the families that have actually bought games. I mean, there's many more in my parties who now know about SimplyFun when they didn't before, and they'll remember it when they're having some struggles and looking for a solution for learning or a solution for play. There's so many families who now have a way to escape some of the stress of everyday life. So many families who can still make learning fun while taking a break from whatever school looks like for them right now. This company is young and it's growing, and we need more consultants to share these games with families. We even have on our site, we have a way to search to adapt for special needs of all kinds: dyscalculia, dysgraphia, autism, everything. Please message me today, and I would love to hear how play has improved your life. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed day.